Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 10263. This is the Winter Village Fire Station, containing 1,166 pieces, and retailing for a grand total of $99.99. This set was released as the 2018 Winter Village building, and just a quick look, those are all the parts included in the set. A lot of them, and it's shown on the top of the box. Like with most of the Winter Village buildings, you show actual size of a minifigure, and the whole minifigure selection is shown on the bottom of the box. But there's not enough space on my desk screen to give you a really good view of that, so I won't. First up, we have this little bench, and a lot of Winter Village sets come with small bench assemblies like this. So this is nothing out of the ordinary. The design is very, very standard. You know, has the click hinges, so you can angle the back of the bench. You could put it vertical if you want, but the instructions suggest like that. You can fit 2 figures comfortably on here. If you really squeeze them, you could probably fit 3, but there aren't a ton of figures in the set anyway, so 2 is probably the best amount. You know, looks good. The lamppost is nothing exceptional. Again, that's pretty much a staple of the Winter Village theme. You got tons of lampposts, tons of benches. This looks fine for what it is, but it is what it is. Another staple of the theme is Christmas trees, and the one included in this set is, you know, it's Christmas tree. This one is a little bit of an interesting design. It's not built exactly the same as everything else, like the benches. You know, they tend to change up the Christmas tree design. First off, you know, we do have this little scooter thing. So you could put a figure sitting on there if you wanted to. Obviously, it's not designed to be for the firefighters, but you know, you could also put a child figure standing. You know, it's okay. It's a very simple looking. I don't know, one of the less impressive toys from throughout the Winter Village theme, but it's cool to just get, you know, stuff to go around the bottom of the tree. We get a little train, which this is kind of a cool little tiny toy, because, you know, it includes one of these 1x2 rounded plates, which is a new piece for 2018, and you know, you can just remove that. It does have roller skates as wheels, which I like how they do that with some of the toys, and then also you just have a wrapped present here. But the design of the tree uses a lot of wedge plates. That's a new approach. It's, you know, just attached to a little very simple stand, and it has a bar running through, so it, you know, it stays attached to the stand very well. It doesn't want to fall off. But this is just built around a 1x1 core of snot bricks, and you have 4 assemblies that are exactly like this. I like the red and yellow ornaments. It really kind of pops. I like how they blend the green and dark green, but this does look pretty much exactly the same all the way around, because it's built exactly the same all the way around. These ornaments on the very top are kind of weird to me, but all the other ones look good. And, you know, this is an interesting build for a tree. I'm not sure I love it, but it's cool and nice to get another Christmas tree, I guess. Especially if this is, you know, your first Winter Village set. It's cool to have a Christmas tree, you know, to celebrate around. The star on the top has been used before in the toy shop versions of the Christmas tree, but I think it's very appropriate and I like it. It only really works for bigger trees, which, you know, this is, I think, probably the second biggest that they've done. And the last piece of side scenery build is this ice rink. And they've done this several times before, first in the Winter Village Bakery, and then as a separate limited edition gift with purchase set. But this one, unlike, you know, the tree, which I feel was done worse than some previous examples, and the bench, which was pretty much the same as previous examples, this, I feel like, this is really cool and really different. And, you know, I like it quite a bit. This statue here, you know, kind of shows that this is like the fire station skating rink. Like, they probably do this as a little community thing every year, I'd guess. You know, they just freeze over a little pond that's next to the fire station and, you know, make it a skating rink, I guess. I like the use of these gold flourish pieces from elves. You know, they're cool. They add a little bit of decorative touch to the rink as a whole. Kind of create a little bit of a fence. And I love how they use these rounded, curved tiles. I like those. I think that they give the whole thing a little bit more of an elegant look than previous editions, which have looked like a pond. This looks like an actual designed to be a skating rink. So that's cool. And I like the little statue in the back. You know, the instructions kind of tell you to put it in like a pose like this, you know, like it's a firefighter. I like the use of the gold firefighter helmet, which we'll see a couple more times throughout the set. And you just get a lot of these trans blue tiles. There are no studs on this, so you can't like lock your figure in place, but it does include ice skates, which would prevent that from happening anyway. And you do get a hockey stick, which a relatively uncommon part. I believe the only one I have is from the Series 4 hockey player. I believe they've used it in Friends a little, though. I could be wrong. But, you can just hit the puck around like so. It works pretty well, when they did the last one, the first one was kind of, the first skating rink in the Winter Village Bakery was based around, just ice skating. But the one in the Gift with Purchase set did include a little hockey goal and hockey pucks, but they used brick-built hockey sticks instead of the actual molded piece. I kind of like that they did the brick-built ones. Kind of gave it a little bit of a, I don't know, kind of a Winter Village feel in some ways, but I like the inclusion of the actual hockey stick piece here. I think that works really well. And overall, this is a cool little side build. However, this side build is cooler. We get a classic-looking fire truck. I don't know. I like this a lot. This definitely fits in with the Winter Village aesthetic. I think it looks really nice. Kind of has that classic vibe, and you can fit a figure inside the fire truck. He looks good driving it. You get these hoses on the side, which you could remove and pose around, I guess. There's a sticker on the back here. Stickers on the front with the number 4, which look good. I screwed up one of the stickers a little bit, but you probably can't notice. And then the front, looks good. This is the worst angle, I think, when you have that there. I don't know, it looks a little bit weird, but then as soon as you look at it from like this angle, it looks great. It's just the empty space in there, I think, that throws me off a little. I like the use of these curved or like wedged curved slopes. I like those. You get them in both directions. You got this over here, which is ladder 4, and note the inclusion of a dark blue toolbox, which is a cool part. I don't believe I had it in that color yet. And then the ladder can turn all the way around 360 degrees, can rotate up and down, and you can, kind of push it back and forth. It uses one of those like fancy sliding ladder pieces like this, which allows the ladder to just slide back and forth over it and still gives it plenty of friction. So, it's a good little feature to include. You can use this fire truck to put the star on the top of the Christmas tree if you want. You can, if we zoom out, you'll notice that it can reach the top very easily. And you could even push this part way down and kind of, make it reach the ground as well. And then you can kind of get up to the top of the tree pretty easily. So, it's a good inclusion in this set. I like the classic design of the truck. And it does include some accessories at the back for your firefighters, as well as a license plate that is a sticker. So, I like this little side build for what it is. And there's also a little sled included for the girl included in the set to push around her baby brother, I would assume. It's kind of a neat little build. I like the use of the elven swords from Lord of the Rings. And the baby's really cool, but you'll see that with the minifigures. It also gets a little bit of a present, I guess. So I guess she's bringing a present to someone with her baby brother. And the actual fire station build is pretty sizable. I think that it's a good, good size. Works pretty well as a fire station. It looks appropriate. It looks like more of a non-residential building just because of the design. I don't know. It works for me. I can definitely see it as a fire station. Up front here on the snow, you get this little snowman. It's kind of a cool build for a snowman. I like how they include the penguin hat mold from the Lego Batman movie. I think that top hat works pretty well for a snowman, and you get just a cone as a nose. I don't know. I think that's okay, but he doesn't really get eyes at all, so that's a little weird. And he gets these hands, which I kind of wish were brown, but whatever. And this back here, I would assume is some sort of an alarm, with a blue light indicator. On the side, while we're over here, there is a door which leads inside. Some snow on all the ledges, which I like that little touch. And you get these little wreaths done with the newer plant pieces on several places throughout the set. This is just the first one that we'll see. And I think that those add a little festive touch to the exterior of the building. If you want to remove them, you can, and you could just easily throw on a 1x2 tile in that place. If you wanted to make this a non-winter fire station, just a regular one. I don't know, I feel like this works really well in a winter village setting, but I don't know how the design of this building would work outside of that. I like the design of the lamps here, done with the paint roller piece in black. I don't know, looks cool to me. We've seen that done a couple times before, but this is the first time I think we've seen it in the winter village. Going up, this is a really cool design for a window. They put these fence pieces from elves on their sides in white. I think that gets a really elegant look across. And, kind of creates a nice design for this tower, which you can't easily remove the top of the tower, and there's nothing up there. It's just, empty space. So, I don't know, I guess you could put someone up there as like a lookout tower, because that's normal for fire stations, right? But continuing across the roof real quick, there's just a little bit of architectural detail here with the clips that just go all the way around. I like that. I think it creates a good effect. It is kind of a pain to put together, but it works. There's a bell up top. There's a play feature there that we're not going to look at yet. A flag, which is stickered on both sides. So, that's cool. And then we'll just kind of continue to the same kind of design going all the way around. There is a door over here which opens inwards, and you have to go up the stairs to access that. And the stairs go all the way down. There's a little snow on them. There's a fire hydrant out here. Some random dude playing the saxophone, because that's cool. On this side, there's a little bit more brickwork than there was on the other side. So, that's cool. And I like the use, again, of one of these. Same design of lampposts. Like, it's exactly the same. And there's a window up here, which was not present on the other side. So a little bit of asymmetry. I like the door a lot. The red looks good. And that opens inwards. And the windows on the second floor look good as well. And that door is large enough to fit the fire truck inside. If you want to, like, say this is straight up against a wall, so let's push it back against this wall, then the fire truck will only be able to fit in that far. So it's kind of like, it's kind of flush with this layer of snow. You could also, alternatively, allow the fire truck to extend beyond the inside of the station itself. Those are your two options there. Looking at the interior, you can see what I mean by sticking out. It sticks about maybe 3 or 4 studs backwards, depending on how far forward you have these hoses. It's not too bad, but this is, again, what I meant by, having it flush with the back. The hoses are currently all the way back, basically, on this wall. It wants to lean, it wants to roll forward because of the slopes there, though. But as far as interior detail, there is not a ton on the bottom layer, and the top floor is not removable because there's not a ton of stuff to do down here on the bottom anyway. If we bring the light just a little lower, you can see better inside there. There's a clock on this wall, as well as a stud to hold up a firefighter helmet on the wall. It's done with a jumper plate and a stud. And then you have these tanks of oxygen or water or something, I would assume. And you have this crate on the floor, which contains a pickaxe and a regular axe for the firefighters to use if they need to. Over here in this area, there's really nothing at all. This is the door that allows you to get in, and this whole tower is designed to be the fireman pole. So, your figures can walk right here and stand in this area, and then they can jump straight down and slide down the pole. There's no feature similar to the classic Batcave where you can actually put a figure on the pole and let go and they will spin all the way down. I'm perfectly okay with that because honestly I'm not a big fan of that feature, but it's nice to get a representation of a pole, even if it's not, functional. Now, moving up to the top floor, this time we can actually remove the roof. This section of the roof comes off here, like that. It leaves the tower completely, the same. Nothing, happens there. It is walled off here because, there's nothing in that area that you can actually do. There's no floor space, nothing. Here we have the second floor of the fire station, which is basically the living quarters. And you get this table, which has seats for 2 minifigures. So your firefighters can sit around and eat while there's no firefighting mission to go on. You do get a hot dog piece and a mug for them to eat. Up here on the wall, I assume that is some sort of radio. That's my, best guess. It's kind of old-timey looking, and, I like it. There's also a bed on the wall, which, so someone can sleep. Underneath the bed, there is a little dog bed, so you can put your Dalmatian right in here, and, that works. And he does fit there when the bed is folded down. So I like that. He gets a little bone as well. And when you fold the bed up, you can see you've got a little photo on the wall of their award-winning dog, as well as a calendar. And I'm assuming it's Christmas time because they put up the little holly on the calendar. That's cool. Again, nice to, actually have this function. And also this jumper plate underneath the window acts as a stopper so the bed doesn't fall downwards. So if you were to put your figure on there, maybe with a little bit too much force, it wouldn't go down. That is a sticker, by the way, for the bed. And also these as well. And then the remaining detail that we have here is a little telephone so that they can receive calls in emergencies. And then this little kitchen, which has a coffee maker, a stove with a pan, and a little sink, which is pretty simple. And underneath the stove, it is an oven and it will open up like normal ovens. You have a little shelf there, but there's nothing in it. For the final feature here, we have dimmed the lights because on the top of the roof, you can see my hand up here, there is a light brick, and that light brick will illuminate the interior of the fire station, particularly the area with the phone there. It's a little bit of a shame that it doesn't quite light up this area over here with the table, but again, I'd like to see the light feature, or the light brick feature, returning in the Winter Village sets. And from the front, you'll see that the light brick does illuminate the top floor windows pretty well as it will light through the bell. I don't know if I like the, bell illuminating light. I don't know, it's okay, but I feel like I would have preferred to get more of the light inside so that it extended to the window that is over that side. For figures, we start off with 2 of the firefighters, the female one and the male one, and both of these figures have the same torso print, which is an exclusive new design for the Winter Village firefighters, and I like it quite a bit. I think it looks good. Definitely looks like a classic firefighting uniform. Yeah, it's a solid design. Both of these figures do come with helmets, so you can, they can actually go fight some fires in their uniform, full uniform. I like that. Neither of them have alternate faces. I wonder if that was an intentional decision so that they could both, be given the firefighting helmets. I assume so, but it could be a coincidence. Obviously, I think that that's definitely appropriate, and this is a good instance of when not to give a minifigure an alternate expression, even though both of them with their hairpieces could accommodate for one. Both of these figures are pretty nice. Next we have the third firefighter, or fire chief, as well as the musician who plays the saxophone outside the fire station, I guess. Maybe he's affiliated with the fire station, or he used to be a firefighter, I don't know. Maybe he just likes to play his saxophone. This guy does also come with a firefighting helmet. There are 3 included in the set. One of them is attached in the build, but the other 2, are just spares. So you can give all 3 of these guys their firefighting helmet. Just, be aware that you'll have to dig out the third one from its rack in the set. He has the same torso as the other two, and the musician has a relatively common just suit torso. He again has no alternate expression because he can't have the firefighting helmet, and this guy has a hat that does not accommodate it for it. I like his facial expression, and it's cool to get the saxophone piece again. This one is in plain gold, like I believe came with Lisa in Simpsons Series 1, I think. Right? Pretty sure that she had plain gold saxophone in that one. Either that or it was in the Simpsons house set. But both these figures are good again. I think this guy is a little bit cooler because of his exclusive torso print again, but this guy, not bad. I like his green epaulets too. Cool piece. We do have two completely non-Fire Station affiliated figures that are not wearing black. And on the left we have the hockey playing kid, and on the right we have the little girl. He comes with ice skates, which prevent him from being attached to studs, obviously. I like his hockey stick. The torso was included in Fun at the Park first, but has appeared in other sets since then, and it has no back printing. It's a little bit unfortunate, but whatever. And his face is very common. The girl, on the other hand, her hairpiece, I believe, is a little bit less common in this color. First appeared with the Series 4 Surfer Girl. And her face is good. She, again, has no alternate expression, so no figure in this set has an alternate expression. And her torso, I think, again, was introduced with Fun at the Park, but has appeared in some other city sets since. And it does have back printing. Her scarf piece is pretty cool. It was first introduced with the Ninjago movie, and I believe this is the first non-Ninjago movie set to include that element, so I'm happy with its inclusion here, and I do wish it had been recolored though. But I can't really complain, because I gotta say I definitely prefer this recolor over a recolor of the scarf. The baby appears here in teal with printing for a little reindeer sweater. I don't know, it's a very cute design. I like it. This is one of the babies with necks, and obviously he has no printing on the back of him because that's not how babies work, but the Dalmatian has printing all around, which is cool. I like the design of the Dalmatian dog, and previously I didn't have many of these at all, but I just got two on Christmas, so now I have several of these, but I'm still not tired of it. It's a really cool design for a dog, and there's one spot that you are able to attach things with studs on his back. So yeah, overall cool animal inclusion, and very important for a fire station, obviously. But the baby is by far the star of the show. Overall, I feel that this set has a lot of really good individual elements that come together to make a great set. I really like the overall aesthetic of the station itself. I think it looks great, and really comes together nicely. The side builds, are all good. Some of them are kind of whatever, like the tree and the bench. The bench is just a bench, like there's nothing special about it. And the tree is a little bit subpar, but the fire truck is really nice, and I like the little ice rink. It's a little small, but they all are really. And this little sled with baby is one of the highlights of the set to me. The snowman, I think, too, could be a little bit better, but it's not bad for what it is. And the figure selection is good, with the exclusive torsos, as well as, getting a bunch of the gold firefighter helmets. I don't know, I like those. And the Dalmatian is nice to get as well. But overall, I think this is a really good set, and I don't know. It's definitely one of the better Winter Village buildings. I was very impressed with the train station, but I still think I like this one more than that. Yeah, I think $100 is a good price for it. It's, it's a good set. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who collects the Winter Village buildings. I think that this is a one that you don't want to miss out on. And yeah, overall, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.